Because I heard he could really play.
No. He can't even be Shakur.
Who?
You.
What Shakur lied to you?
You lost. I seen the videos.
You ain't seen my video.
Oh, I didn't.
Exactly.
I just see the videos.
Exactly.
Oh,
What happened?
Exactly.
Boxing, he's definitely talented. You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they said the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done, so it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is world champion.
Terence Crawford sparked controversy after confronting Devin Haney and sharing strong views on Shakur Stevenson. And Crawford also warned that Stevenson's elite defense makes him extremely dangerous, suggesting underestimating him could lead to serious consequences in future matchups.
For your little brother this week, Shakur Stevenson. I've interviewed both of you for years, and you really have kind of built a relationship that a lot of people know about, and some people maybe don't. How good is Shakur Stevenson in your opinion?
He's not good, he's great. And I think tomorrow the world will take notice of how great he is. There's a reason why certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter. He's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that. Just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff. But they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era coming.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on. You know, the toughness, the grit, the grind. Like, he's amazing. You know, and tomorrow he will show it.
How do you think it ends tomorrow night? Do you believe that Shakur Stevenson can stop Teofimo Lopez? Because people aren't really talking about that.
Listen, if T.O. get out of line, you know, he can get hurt. You know, but I see Shakur outboxing him to a decision, a unanimous.
Crawford stated that many fighters, including Haney, are hesitant to face Shakur Stevenson, describing him as a daunting opponent in the ring.
When I'm in there with Shakur, you know, it's just a chess match, you know, because Shakur is a thinking man as well. So it's definitely a chess match, and you know, that's something that, you know, I love, he loves, because now we got to be creative. We got to be, you know, we got to go in that bag and be like, man, I can't do this with him because it's not gonna work. So now I got to get more creative to get a little advantage over him, because we both competitive. Neither one of us want to let the other one get anything off. So, you know, that's probably what he...
Bud acknowledges Shakur Stevenson's exceptional talent, praising his strategic mind, technical skill, and boxing intelligence. And he respects Stevenson as a fighter who combines sharp tactics with precise execution, making him a formidable and highly respected presence in the ring.
Shakur, Teofimo, Tank, right? It just is what it is. Is that fight going to ever happen? Would it ever happen against you and Shakur?
100%, yeah. I think so. I think it,
you think Shakur will grow into whatever weight you're in?
I mean, we're all of us is close to the same size. You know, we're all growing together. We're all like, you know, getting bigger. Well, so, and it's only so many guys, like y'all said, it's only so many guys that we could make big money and people want to see the fights. Which, even though I know that they making new guys, it's guys like Kermel, Abdullah, all these guys want to come up too. So eventually they gonna be there too. But yeah, no, I think that a fight with Shakur is very much possible. We tried to make it happen a while back, but you never know.
Haney confidently declared that he will definitely fight Shakur Stevenson, emphasizing that the bout is too significant to pass up, and he highlighted the massive financial stakes and noted that fans are eagerly demanding the matchup.
Right, whoever they put in front of me.
What about Devin Haney?
Whoever.
Podcast, Shakur Stevenson and Terence Crawford briefly discussed Devin Haney, focusing on respect, competition, and career perspective, and Shakur emphasized that he would fight whoever is put in front of him, which includes top-tier opponents like Haney.
I try to be real careful on what I say.
True. This has got Jay on Twitter. He a big Haney fan. He be always clipping and changing stuff, Jay.
Yeah, they gonna make a narrative as if like I'm scared of. I think Devin's a tremendous fighter. Do I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer. It's not like he's a stone cold killer who's just gonna go in there and try to knock me the fuck out.
Yeah.
He's gonna outbox me. I'm the greatest boxer. How do you...
Negotiations between elite fighters are notoriously complex, involving purse splits, broadcasting rights, promotional politics, and, as history shows, management's appetite for risk versus reward. And Stevenson himself has been open about only pursuing fights that match his financial and career goals, which may explain delays in making the Haney fight official. And some observers argue that negotiations have stalled, not because either fighter is afraid, but because both camps want a favorable deal. And in big fights like this, that's often the case.
It be Shakur. I'm saying Shakur beat everybody. It don't matter who it is. Shakur beating them, so it don't matter. Shakur over everybody. And that's how it's gonna be. Man, that boy's special. That boy's special, man. Shakur's, you know what I mean, one of a kind. You know what I mean? He adapt to every fighter, and then once he adapt to you, it's
Crawford's relationship with Stevenson goes beyond casual commentary. And over time, he has repeatedly praised Stevenson's technical ability and boxing intelligence, even once stating that Stevenson is special for how he adjusts to different styles mid-fight. And even when fans criticize Stevenson's more defensive or cerebral style, Crawford came to his defense, arguing that boxing is about hitting without getting hit, a philosophy famously associated with legends like Muhammad Ali.
Between 130, 135, and 140, they stack, you know, around that area. So, I mean, as of right now,
skills that pay the bills.
Well, the two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
And what is it about him? Because I know he have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, I mean, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got.
Mayweather has publicly complimented Shakur Stevenson on several occasions, particularly highlighting his technique and ring intelligence. And while Mayweather has never literally stated that Stevenson is the best fighter in his division, he has consistently pointed to Stevenson's superior skill set. And in comparisons within the same weight range, Mayweather described Gervonta Tank Davis as the biggest puncher, but identified Stevenson as the more polished and technically refined boxer. And in other words, Davis brings explosive power, whereas Stevenson represents precision, defense, and high-level boxing fundamentals, qualities Mayweather himself built his career around. And Mayweather's respect for Stevenson goes back years. And when Stevenson was still a young prospect, Mayweather reportedly told him that he saw special potential in him, and even suggested that if anyone had the ability to challenge or surpass some of his records, Stevenson could be that fighter.
Not possible. Would you be more inclined just to move up to 140?
Yeah, you know, if I can't get those fights next, or it doesn't make sense for it to be next, I'll probably go to 140, test it out, see how I feel at the weight. at 140, and then when the time is right, then I'll defend my belt at 135. We'll just see though. I got to go back and talk with the team and see what makes the most sense. That's
determined to prove he belongs among boxing's true elite, and he understands that legacy is built by facing the toughest opponents available. And rather than protecting his record, Haney has openly shown interest in challenging top fighters, especially Shakur Stevenson, a matchup many fans believe would define this era. And the fight represents more than just titles. It is about respect, pride, and establishing who is the most complete boxer of this generation.
Lead to that, I doubt it. So there's a major obstacle in the way. But nonetheless, as you watch these two fighters fight, you can clearly see, outside of cheating, they're more than likely not going to lose, right? With that said, Devin Haney immediately responds to Shakur. Shakur responds to Devin, right? Again, we had the initial 4 kings. It was Devin, Ryan, T.O., and Tank Davis, right? It was supposed to be the 4 Kings 2.0, from the Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearn, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran.
Talk surrounding a possible fight between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson continues to grow, but a major obstacle still stands in the way of the bout becoming a reality. And even so, both fighters remain in peak form, repeatedly showing the discipline, preparation, and technical ability that make them extremely difficult to beat. And their recent performances and undefeated records underline their consistency and professionalism at the highest level of the sport, and Haney has openly addressed Stevenson, making it clear he is willing to step into the ring with him. And his comments reflect confidence and a desire to take on meaningful challenges that could shape his legacy, while also recognizing Stevenson as a serious and dangerous competitor.